In his latest book, Revenge of the Tipping Point Overstories, Superspreaders, and the Rise of Social Engineering, Malcolm Gladwell revisits the concepts introduced in his seminal work, The Tipping Point. He delves into how these ideas have evolved and, in some cases, been weaponized in the digital age. Key themes and insights. Overstories. Gladwell explores the power of narratives, or overstories, in shaping our understanding of complex systems. These simplified explanations can be both powerful tools for change and dangerous oversimplifications that lead to misguided interventions. He examines how overstories have influenced public opinion on issues like the opioid crisis and the COVID-19 pandemic. Superspreaders. The book delves into the concept of superspreaders, individuals who play a disproportionate role in spreading ideas, behaviors, or diseases. Gladwell analyzes how these individuals can be identified and harnessed for positive social change. He also discusses the dangers of superspreaders who intentionally spread misinformation or harmful ideologies. Social engineering. Gladwell investigates the rise of social engineering, the art of manipulating people's perceptions and behaviors. He explores how this technique has been used by governments, corporations, and individuals to achieve their goals. Specific topics. The opioid crisis. Gladwell provides a detailed account of the factors that contributed to the opioid crisis in the United States. He highlights the role of pharmaceutical companies and healthcare providers in creating an environment that facilitated addiction. The COVID-19 pandemic. The book examines the government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic, focusing on the challenges of communicating complex scientific information to the public. Gladwell discusses how oversimplification and misinformation can hinder effective public health measures. The bank robbery epidemic of the 1980s. Gladwell analyzes a particular bank robbery technique that swept across Los Angeles in the 1980s. He explores how a small group of individuals, known as the North Hollywood Stick-Up Crew, revolutionized the way bank robberies were committed, leading to a wave of copycat crimes. The Stanford Prison Experiment. The book delves into the famous Stanford Prison Experiment, a psychological study that examined the effects of power and authority on human behavior. Gladwell discusses how this experiment's findings have been misinterpreted and misused to justify harmful social practices. Racial integration in California. Gladwell explores the efforts to integrate schools in a small Northern California town in the 1970s. He analyzes the challenges faced by the community and the impact of the experiment on the lives of the students involved. Conclusion. Revenge of the Tipping Point is a thought-provoking and timely exploration of how the concepts introduced in The Tipping Point have evolved and been weaponized in the digital age. Gladwell's signature storytelling style, combined with his insightful analysis of social dynamics, makes this book a compelling read for anyone interested in understanding the forces that shape our world.